and welcome to After GMS, a little show we put together to have some fun and have some casual chats with you. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Malaris, Stacey Spivey, and the Ed Matthews.
The Ed Matthews with the forecast for the first day of February, and it's very fitting. It feels like winter. Keep dealing with these dabbles of winter weather.
That's right. Yeah, as we'll see on radar in just a minute, a few spritz of rain, maybe a little sleet and snow, but it's all going to be very light if you see it at all today. Wanted to show you temperatures this morning because we're still at the freezing mark over many locations, but I think most areas will go a degree or two above freezing around 9 or 10 o'clock this morning, on our way to a high right around 40 later on today. Now, I've been keeping an eye on radar. Remember during the Good Morning Show talking about this little upper level disturbance moving through the area today. Limited moisture, but it is producing just a few returns on the radar. So if you hear a ping of ice on the car windshield this morning, a little sleet, maybe seeing a few snowflakes from time to time today, don't be alarmed because we will see temperatures go above freezing. It's going to be very light, not going to cause any problems at all. If you want a big time snowstorm, all you got to do is go to New England. The system that moved through our area yesterday is pounding the northeast as that low pressure slowly works up the eastern seaboard. It is snowing throughout New England from the DC area all the way now beginning to move into the Boston area. As much as 2 feet of snow, a possibility with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So that snow's going to be blowing around. For us, it'll be very light if we get much at all today. Highs up around 40, mostly cloudy near freezing tonight. Little sun starts to peek through gradually through the day on Tuesday, 43. I think the brightest day of the week will be Wednesday and upper 40s, but we keep climbing in the temperature department. 52 sun and clouds on Thursday. A system will bring at least a chance of a few showers on Friday and into Saturday, but by then, temperatures are going to be in the mid-50s. Oh, that's going to feel good.
All right, well, people are already starting to talk about our first conversation, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. Scattered snow over the weekend in the Triad, some freezing rain in some parts. But Stacey, it's nothing like what's coming to the northeast today, and I would rather keep it in the northeast, if I could be honest with you.
Yeah, me too. And Ed kind of mentioned it a little bit. The snow started falling Sunday in some states. It will continue in tomorrow, leaving behind a foot of snow. Goodness gracious. Washington, D.C. got its first major snowfall in 2 years, and residents in our nation's capital took advantage of all the fun. There was a big snowball fight on the National Mall. And check out who was spotted on the White House grounds, a little snowman keeping watch at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And we have to show you this video from the National Zoo. The giant pandas making the most of the snow day, sliding and rolling around in all the flakes. They had so much fun out there. Now back here in North Carolina, we've seen very light snowfall this winter, specifically in the Triad. So we want to know, is that enough for you, or are you hoping for more? I think I'm okay, but my husband, who's from Roanoke, Virginia, saw that his parents got like 6 inches of snow yesterday, and he was a little jealous. He said, I just wish we'd have one good snow here. And I'm like, what? But to each their own, right? Let us know what you think, what you want in the comments below.
Well, I want one good snow for all the viewers here who are saying that their kids really just want to sled this year. I know my young son would love to go play in the snow too, but you know, we get what we get. We live in North Carolina. Snow is not always a guarantee. Although, Ed Matthews, it seems like these past couple winters have been exceptionally mild. Is that what you're seeing as far as data?
Yeah, that's been the trend, but don't let your guard down. We still got plenty of time to get more winter weather. Don't want the ice. That's the last thing we want to deal with. If it's got to snow, let it be that fluffy snow. And you know, I'm torn. If it never got below 70, I'd be a happy guy. But I will confess that I really enjoy watching kids and the magic of snow. It makes them so happy. they're able to go out and play in it. And I'm not only talking about the young kids, I'm talking about the adult kids as well, because everybody gets so excited. Again, I don't particularly like it, but I do like what we had on Saturday evening and Saturday night. It was just a little bit to cover the ground. It was beautiful watching it snow, and that's my kind of snow. It's not enough to really cause any major travel problems and things like that, but when you get on up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches, I don't want that. I don't like it. Nah.
We're getting a lot of comments from a lot of people, but this one made me laugh. Robin said, ready for summer, this old lady hurts when it gets cold. Aww. And I feel like I'm the same way. You know, I like winter during the weekends, but during my work week, I like spring, if that makes sense to you. It's all depending on the timing of the storm. Just because, you know, on the weekends, I feel like things are a little bit slower. You know, we have an opportunity to stay home and do more things with the kids. But during the week, you know, we're so busy and I have to go to work. And there really is no snow day for news folks. So unless you just happen to be off that day. So during the week, I'll take a regular mild winter. On the weekend, sure, why not a few inches? But not all the time.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Stacy, it looks like on our feed there are 2 different groupings here, Club Snow and Club No. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I'm definitely part of that club, no, but Tammy says that she wants snow. She even included the little snow emojis, a snowman, and then the crying faces. And I'm guessing the crying faces is because we still haven't gotten that measurable snow yet here in the Triad. Amy said, I would like at least a few inches of snow, nothing too extreme. I could handle that. Let's see, we got some more, I know. Okay, Dee said more, please. Bobby says, I prefer a mild winter. Donna says more. SHG says more snow. And Margaret says, you guys can have it. We had a bad one about a month ago. So Margaret, I wonder where you live. David said, no snow here in South Florida. It's the reason I moved here. There you go. And then lastly, I liked what Carol said. She said, if you can't make a snowball, did it really snow? It's a good point there.
It's a good way to measure it.
We'll have to check with Ed Matthews on that. Is there some type of conditional terminology for?
Well, you know that real powdery snow, the dry snow that they're getting up in New England now, that is hard to put together. Actually, usually the snow that we have has a higher water content, so you can really make a great snowball, you know, with the snows that we usually have here.
But it just didn't happen this weekend.
No, sorry.
We have a few more weeks of winter, and don't forget, tomorrow is Groundhog Day. So a little furry guy in some great town in Pennsylvania will let us know whether we're going to have 6 more weeks of snow or an early spring. So, you know, we'll just hang on that for a little bit.
All right, Punxsutawney Phil, we'll see if you see your shadow tomorrow. Right now, let's get to some morning headlines here before our next conversation. If you're planning to book a COVID-19 vaccine appointment this week, there are some spots available coming soon. The Guilford County Health Department will start taking new appointments tomorrow morning at 8. They will open about 5,000 of them, scheduled for this Thursday through Saturday. Davidson County is opening up appointments today at 10. It's unclear how many of those are available, but they will go fast, so plan to call right at 10. This week, Johnson & Johnson is set to ask the FDA for emergency authorization for its new single-shot vaccine. This would be the 3rd COVID vaccine on the market. So far, we know clinical trial data shows this shot is 66% effective in protecting against the virus, but 85% effective against severe cases of the virus. The FDA requires shots to be at least 50 to 60% effective before considering emergency approval. Today, Winston-Salem Forsyth County 9th graders are returning to their classrooms for in-person learning. The district is slowly continuing its reentry plan, with groups of 9th graders going back starting today. Grades 10 through 12 will return the week of February 22nd. So far, the only high school students back on campus were those in career and technical education classes. The push to reopen schools continues, this time at the state level. Saturday, a crowd gathered outside of the governor's mansion in Raleigh to support reopening schools. The protests came as some state Republican lawmakers plan to introduce a new bill requiring all North Carolina schools to offer in-person learning. The North Carolina Association of Educators responded, saying it believes the decision to return to the classrooms should be left to local boards of education.
A moment in history that really sparked a movement honored today. It's been 61 years since the North Carolina A&T 4 staged a sit-in at the Whites Only Woolworth's lunch counter in downtown Greensboro. Our Candace Redd joins us now with more on the movement and how that spark of change will be honored today.
North Carolina A&T State University will hold a virtual ceremony today to honor the A&T 4. That includes Jabril Kazan, Franklin McCain, Joseph McNeil, and David Richmond. Each year, the university holds a February 1 sit-in celebration on campus with a special breakfast program, guest speakers, laying of the wreath ceremony, and panel discussions. But this year, due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the 61st anniversary of the sit-in is virtual. Faison Myers is a student pursuing a degree in civil engineering at A&T. He says although the ceremony is not in person, it's still more important than ever before.
There's a change that is happening now, even in the midst of this pandemic and the Black Lives Matter movement from last year. Never better than before. We're keep on evolving and trying to be the change that we want to see. And I'm excited for it, not only just for Aggies, but for the city, for the community, for the nation. Changes is coming, and it started, 61 years ago from this day.
The live presentation will feature tributes by A&T students and alumni, as well as family members of the A&T 4. Representatives from Dudley High School Academy and Bennett College will also be on hand. By the way, the traditional wreath-laying ceremony, along with other long-standing activities, will also be part of the virtual ceremony. Taking a look at your screen, the virtual sit-in tribute will be streamed live today from noon to 2 p.m. on A&T's Facebook page. It's free and open to the public. You can also register online to watch the program with a special link. As always, we have all of the information you need to know and more on our website at WFMYnews2.com.
Yeah, before we get into our next conversation, I was just reading the comments here about the sit-in movement. 61 years ago today, Amy Adams says, that's so crazy to think it's only been 61 years since the sit-in movement. She said she remembers learning about the day in class, and it seemed like such a long time ago. And it really was just a few decades ago. So always good to, revisit history and think about how we can move forward in the future. All right, now it's time for our next talker. Stacy, this is what I like when we play games. Well, we're talking about playing games.
Yeah, that's right. So it seems like people are turning to more video games to pass the time at home during this pandemic. Nintendo announced in the past year many of its device sales doubled. From products like the Nintendo Switch to games like Mario Kart and Animal Crossing, it's been one of the company's best years of sales. So we want to know, how are you staying entertained at home? Are there any gamers out there? You can let us know in the comment section below. I do have to mention, so this TV monitor behind me, when I'm done with work, it becomes the video game TV for my husband. So all his, I think it's an Xbox, is all over here because this is his gaming area once I'm done. He loves playing video games. I have never been a big video game fan, but that's just one of his little hobbies that he has, so I'll let him do that. As far as playing games, though, I do love card games, and I think it's so much fun when you can get together with your friends and get to play games and just enjoy each other's time. I'm trying to think of ones that I really like. Cards Against Humanity is always fun. What Do You Meme is a good one too. Those are of course adult games, but still love the classic kid games like Uno. Me and my husband play Uno a lot, and it's just fun. So do you guys like to play games? Any video games in particular?
Yeah, I'm not super into video games, although I think my husband still has his video game set. I think it's like a PS4 or something out in the sunroom, or maybe an older version of that. I don't even know what model they're on right now. But I like this good old standard board games. We have Monopoly. We have been meaning to play. We played some Catan, Mastermind, Battleship. Of course, all after the baby goes to bed, because free time is sparse these days. But yeah, you know, I love being able to pass the time on weekends, especially now that, you know, social gatherings are kind of out of the picture. So yeah, just kind of finding my roots and loving these board game resurgences. Ed Matthews, what about you?
Well, I am not a gamer, but as I think back to my younger days, I'm thinking way back. I remember Pac-Man and ping pong. You know, I enjoyed those kind of games. But to fill my time, I can always find something constructive to do. I have been doing some cooking. I love to cook. You know, Rio, my dog, is getting older. She's now 16. So I am spending a lot of quality time. She's in great health, but I am spending a lot of quality time with her. And oh yeah, one more thing that I like to do in my pastime, given the schedule we're on, I take me a nice little nap in the afternoon, just about every day, a 1-hour nap.
That sounds great. You know what will get you tired?
What's that?
When your children demand games of Twister.
Oh.
And you're 9 months pregnant.
Oh. Yeah.
I have now decided just to spin the arrow and let them play it out. But before, you know, even as like 2 weeks ago, they were like, "Mommy, it's your turn." I'm like, guys, like, it's not happening. I think they wanted me to play because I lost early and they like felt like they were winning. Actually, they did win more than I did. But yeah, Twister, Monopoly, Candyland, any type of game that involves, you know, interaction, colors, numbers, you know, things that counting, things that we can do to get their education in line as well. We love doing it. So video games, not so much yet, but I'm sure that's in our future.
Stacey, what are some folks on our feed saying about their gaming experiences?
Okay, everyone is talking up this Animal Crossing game, and honestly, I haven't heard of it, so I'm gonna have to research and find out more what that is. Heather says, I play Animal Crossing every day. My husband and I picked up his PS5 on release day. He has an Xbox and all the mini systems, but the main one we play is PS5, so it seems like they are both some big gamers. Lanita said Animal Crossing has definitely been a welcome distraction. Amy says that she loves board and card games. She plays games on her phone and her computers. Let's see. And plays solitaire all the time. That's funny. My husband also likes to play that as well. Tamrika says, yeah, every now and then it's been a big stress relief for me. So seems like it's been a good distraction, like someone said, a stress relief to just be able to kind of escape all the stress of the pandemic and what's going on in the world today and just play a game.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Amy, for some reason, Amy and I have a connection, and I'm just like laughing at everything she says. Amy Adams says, Twister hurts me even when I'm not pregnant. I couldn't even imagine trying it at 9 months. we're here, Amy. We are so here. So funny. Sorry, I had to say that because I was laughing right in the middle of that.
Well, we have certainly had so much fun with you today here on After GMS. We do this every weekday at 7:45.
Forecast.
What'd you say?
Are we going to do the forecast?
Oh. Of course. Ed Matthews, take it away.
I was just following your lead here, but thank you. I wanted to show the radar one more time. A little disturbance moving through the day, a sprinkle, maybe a few flakes of snow, maybe even a little sleet, but it is going to be light and it's not going to be a problem. If it happens, just enjoy it. Now up over New England, of course, they're getting the snow from the system that moved through our area yesterday. They can keep that 2 feet of snow that some of those areas are going to get. Now, things will get better in Piedmont weather through the week. We'll start to gradually warm up. We're going to dry out and start to see more sunshine. Maybe a peak of it today, but more of a mix of sun and clouds, low 40s tomorrow. Wednesday will be the brightest day of the week, mostly sunny, 47. And then some clouds will start to gradually build back in later Thursday. We'll bring a small shower chance in for Friday and Saturday and kind of zero in on the time frame of that rain towards the end of the week. But right now, nothing significant, and it looks like it's going to be the liquid precipitation with those highs in the mid 50s by Friday and Saturday.
All right, Meg, go ahead. I know you want to. Go ahead.
No. I'm so sorry. I jumped the gun, Ed Matthews. I forgot all about our
no
forecast
worries,
because we were having so much fun chatting with you all on our Facebook feed. So, yeah, just a reminder, if you're tuning in maybe for the first time, we'd love to have you back. We have our regulars on here every day. We do this at 7:45 on the News 2 Facebook page.
Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.